Let's Fix It Doctor will be out later this week. Sorry about the increasing delays. My fingers have been giving out on me, and it has made content creation and my entire life incredibly difficult. Stay tuned for Let's Fix It Doctor, though, because I actually give a much larger description of what's been happening in my life and why delays are happening in that video. Now, before I discuss anything, let me reiterate that I hate writing multiple scripts for videos like this. I want my ideas and thoughts to flow honestly onto the page, and I feel like proofreading and changing everything I write begins to cross into that line of being disingenuous. This first draft type of writing that I like to use has the advantage in making what I'm talking about feel more like a conversation between me and you folks, which is the point of these Break the Barrier videos, a conversation between what is hopefully friends, being you and me. But sometimes this writing style leads to some things I say coming off the wrong way and not being corrected in the end. I apologize if anything I say does come off the wrong way, but even if this is the case, I urge you to continue through the video to the conclusion at least, because I always wrap up with a conclusion that is proofread, and this will be sure to get my final cliff notes of thoughts on par for you and my point across. Okay? Disclaimer: I do not speak perfectly, and I do not write perfect scripts. I do not want this in particular to be misconstrued, so let me tell you this clear as day. I am not referring to the entire player base with anything I speak about today. I am speaking about a very loud minority of players in the player base, and would like to avoid the controversy of one of my last Break the Barrier videos by nipping this in the bud ahead of time. I'm not going to make a follow-up video this time. Let's just keep this clear while we start today's video. I am not talking about everybody. A very particular minority of players in the community are who I am talking about. If you're included in that community, I'm sorry. But if you're not, don't be offended. So today is a discussion piece on something that has been bothering me for a long time now. This is a problem that I've faced not only in Hunt Showdown, but in the Rainbow Six community, or the League of Legends community, or the Hearthstone community. Really any game. Resistance to change and instant backlash. Two pretty vague concepts, yeah, but something we can all imagine vividly in our minds. Do you folks remember when any major changes happen in a game community that you keep up with? Where the changes immediately met with backlash regardless of how good or bad the update was? Well, if you don't think this is happening in Hunt Showdown, golly gee willikers, Batman, you need to check out the Steam comments whenever Hunt puts out an update post. Oh, the replies are filled with almost nothing but negativity. And the negativity doesn't even relate to what is being discussed in the post. Who cares about this? Fix the servers. Don't care, never cared, hashtag return blood bond economy. Off yourself, fucking. But you get what I mean. The post can literally just be about a new DLC character, and everybody in the replies will be discussing the nerfs to the lengths of Lonely Howl's cock or something. The most outlandish discussions from the loudest community members there are. And what do we gain from this? You see, I've seen many of these angry, random-ass replies because I do Hunt Showdown history videos sometimes, and I have to look back at the community posts from each era I discuss to interpret player feedback at the time. When I see actual opinions from people who are not NPCs, it is so refreshing. I get to see real opinions people had at the time, and it's incredibly interesting to see the parallels between how we felt then and how we feel today. These comparisons always surprise me with how little our feelings can change over time, and just how we apply them in different eras. And these days, they're being applied like shit. Like, come on, man. Why are there people screeching in all caps about Crytek being a greedy company underneath a post about the schedule for the Infernal wildcard? Throwback to the Wildcard Bounties history video, by the way. You guys are directly getting in the way of Crytek seeing specific player feedback on the specific things they're introducing. I guess I really just need to understand. Can any of you folks in the audience honestly head to the comments and tell me of a time you remembered where a shit ton of negative comments made a change in a piece of media? I guess there was the original Sonic movie. Yeah, true. Or when Lucifer got canceled in 2018. Yeah. Angry Twitter moms brought that one back. Or when Larry on Steam commented about demanding a better communication system in Hunt beneath the post talking about Twitch drops going live. He single-handedly got us a multi-layered ping communication system with bells and whistles and a private party voice chat in Hunt Showdown. Yeah, he was a chat for that one. I remember that update. Oh. Excuse me for one moment, guys. I'm getting a call. Hello? Oh. Oh. To shreds, you say? I see. Huh. Never mind. So it turns out that didn't happen, and Larry was unsuccessful in his efforts. My mistake. But good effort, Larry. A friendly reminder to not harass anybody, including Larry. This is just kind of for fun, pointing this out. I'm sure his heart's in the right place. But for serious, do you guys think that these random-ass comments about random-ass things that don't even pertain to the post that they are being commented on are going to make a big difference here? Not well-orchestrated discussion posts and cries for help, maybe a petition if it's popular enough, even a well-constructed YouTube video. No. One random guy going onto multiple Steam posts and shouting, "Crytek bad," is going to really pull in all the reins and drive Hunt Showdown home? I don't think so. And ultimately, I don't like it either. If there's something negative you have to say, you should say it. But there's a time and a place, I feel. There's areas for discussion in the Hunt Discord. There's areas for discussion in the Hunt subreddit, on the Crytek Twitter page, in your own Steam community posts that you have the ability to make. There's so many avenues to discuss problems in the game, as we have done in this community, via my comments, my Discord, in my stream chat, among other things. You guys are great, and we're always talking about so many things. I love these discussions. We can only improve the game by talking about it, after all. But these folks underneath these posts in particular are barely talking about it. It is just straight anger that isn't even related to the post they're commenting on. I doubt Crytek even reads the Steam replies anymore or checks out the Hunt subreddit. I know I wouldn't. How could they get a straight answer when there's a bunch of bullshit clogging up every thread? You're directly burying actual comments from people who want to improve whatever is being discussed actively. Don't be an NPC, man. We gotta shape it up. I don't want this to lead to more allegations of me being a bootlicking corporate cuck either, alright? I quite literally have a video series on this channel where I discuss things I don't like about the game and the company in detail, my own ideas on how I would make them better. I firmly believe that any game and the company that publishes it are available to be criticized. There are positive and constructive avenues to improving a project you love and are passionate about. And the bullshit I'm seeing everywhere is just not one of those avenues. I stand by the players on many issues, but generally, I want us to pick this up, man. Again, not all of you, but there are a few of you who are very loud and passionate about how you feel, and passion's a beautiful thing. But you've got to do it in a more constructive and positive way. Be better. We aren't going to reconstruct better systems in the game by just shouting Crytek bad or fix servers under literally every single Steam post or Reddit post. At least keep it to the posts that are literally talking about the same issues and not the new DLC drops. And another thing there, I mentioned that the other major point of this video was discussing resistance to change. This is another problem. In R6, for example, the community will just ban the new maps every match they play because they don't want to try the new maps. In League, people will screech like banshees whenever a champion, item, or rune gets an adjustment. I just want us all in the Hunt Showdown community to strive to be better than that. It all starts with one person, you know. It can all change from just one person influencing others in a positive light. You show other people how to be constructive, and they'll see your post, and they could take some of those hints and do it themselves. I've seen hints of people doing the opposite of that, throwing blows at Crytek every time something changes, good or bad. We can't be resistant to change. It's the only way the game can improve. To improve a game, it needs updates. You know, updates that change the game. So we can't be constantly complaining about changes that need to be made while simultaneously being angry about changes happening to the game. We can't have it both ways. Either want nothing to happen or want things to happen. Either way, do it with passion and be patient and be kind. None of the personal attacks on the company or the devs or anything else that I've seen either. You folks, with these personal attacks on people, you are fucked in the head and you are not helping at all. I'm rambling at this point, but I guess I just want to tidy this all up in a neat bow and give you my conclusion. In conclusion, Christ, I know you're not supposed to say that, but like, whatever. In conclusion, I'm begging you folks in the community to not just be angry all the time, okay? Take your criticisms and form a well-worded constructive forum thread or a comment under the right post, or maybe even your own YouTube video. But let's take our criticisms to the right places so we don't bog down everyone else trying to discuss what the hell is going on in each post. And while we're giving these fair and courteous criticisms, let's remember to not make it personal about any people in particular. The devs, the publisher, other YouTubers, other players, your friends, anybody that you could be talking about. Let's not make it personal. And when these discussions inevitably lead to change, let's be open and receptive to these changes. Give them an honest try before we decide if we like them or not. And then, yet again, form constructive responses and head to the forums, threads, and comments all again about these new updates from the previous posts and create an honest feedback loop that positively brings new changes that will continue to be judged and come full circle. This is all a very complicated process, but folks, I believe we can do it. We've done better before. We can do better now. I love this game. I love this community. You guys are my favorite people, and I meet more of you every day, and it is a blessing in my life. I love talking to you. But remember, we all have to keep in the back of our minds this one very important thing. We all slip up. We just need to be there to catch each other when we do. This was really all I had today. I wanted to make a finger and hand friendly video that wouldn't require a lot of editing while I work on Let's Fix It Doctor. Stay tuned for that, coming out hopefully in the next couple days. If you haven't already, head over to the community page on my channel. We're currently running a budget weapon contest where the community will eventually crown their king of budget weapons through a series of elimination polls. It has been a lot of fun and hundreds of you have been voting, which is really cool to see. Check out the Patreon in the description below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. There's unironically very exciting things coming very soon, and I'd hate for you to miss it. Have a great night, everybody, and stay blessed.
This has to be one of my favorites. Is it satire? Are they coping? Who knows?